Welcome to another episode on our channel. We're turning our attention to the United States and their involvement in World War II. We're going to see 4 United States soldiers. This is my most recent creation. And a lot of things here were bartered for through a 1/6 scale loose company. And as you probably know, I love bartering for things. So the only things that I had before I started bartering was the head sculpt, the helmet, the grand, which my husband calls Garen. It's bayonet and the scabbard over it, which should really be on the belt. I'm trying to think if I had anything else here that I had previously. I think, oh, the boots. Had the boots previously as well. So we'll pause, get closest from here all the way up to, I guess, the tip of his bayonet with the sheath over it. And then we'll do side to sides, or we'll do a full rotation, I think. There are some pouches on the back. But yeah, we'll do a full rotation, and then we'll do some side to sides with nice tight close-ups on his face. So we'll be right back. So I have the boots. I bartered for the gaiters, the pants, and as we go up, you'll see he has the matching jacket. You can see the Garand on his right side. There's some wire cutters on his left. We'll show you those in a bit. His gear I bartered for, his uniform. I did buy his uniform now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so that did cost a few bucks. Not much though, comparatively. When you're not going for the entire set, it's more reasonable. The extra ammo pouches around his neck. I had the helmet and I had the grand, the sheath, the bayonet, and the boots. I also have the head sculpt. So yeah, he's looking pretty good. So we are back and we're going to go around in a second. But when I say I bartered for something, that means I went to a 1/6 scale loose distributor that sells things over the internet. And I said, I have this stuff. Do you want it? And this one company said, yeah, we'd like to have that. How much will you give in terms of credit for it? And they said, $250. I said, deal. And I got the majority of things here based on that bartering situation. So he has the ammo pouches here along his midsection. He's got wire cutters, actually. I should pull those out because that's kind of interesting. I've never seen that before. Yeah, so wire cutters. That was cool. He's got additional ammo pouches around his neck. He's got a holster and a 45 in it. And the uniform, I was trying to think whether I started out with a uniform from eBay, so I did spend a few bucks for that. But when you're just buying one simple thing, it wasn't a lot of money. I think it was like $15, $17 altogether to include shipping and handling. I was able to get the insignia and stuff like that from the 1/6 scale distributor, bargaining again for it. So yeah, so again, these extra ammo pouches, all the web gear, everything but the helmet, the head sculpt, the Garen, the scabbard, and the bayonet, and the boots. So we're going to go around so you can see him a bit better. new turn tray, so he's not jiggling as much, thank goodness. And there he is. So we'll pause now and get a tight close-up of his face. So here's his head sculpt. It's a pretty good head sculpt. And there you go. We are back, and we're going to talk a little bit about United States involvement in World War II. So the United States entered World War II on December 7th, 1941, a date that will live in infamy. And that statement was said by Franklin Delano Roosevelt in a televised address. And even though I wasn't alive during that time frame, I clearly remember that line, a date that will live in infamy, because it was built on tragedy, the bombing of Pearl Harbor. The United States tended to be isolationists when it came to involvement in conflicts around the world, other conflicts around the world. They didn't get involved unless their interests were directly involved. What they didn't know at that time was that one person in power of a country wasn't going to stop at anyone's border. And the freedoms that were being attacked very aggressively in the countries that were being attacked would be eventually attacked in all countries that were conquered. So big thank you to England, United Kingdom, for standing up and being the glue that held everything together, and thankful that the United States eventually entered into the war. It is kind of sad that they entered the war because of the bombing of Pearl Harbor, but they did enter the war, and their entry, along with some other variables, the divorce between the Soviet Union and Germany, the divorce between Italy and Germany, and the Vichy army of France joining the Allied side, that did stem the tide and turn the whole situation around to the eventual defeat of Hitler. So, yeah, December 7th, 1941, a date that will live in infamy. Here is one last look at our figure. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.